Blair.
Hey, Jess.
How are you this week?
I'm fabulous. I got kids pooping on my floor.
What an opener!
What an opener. I got clients that have kids the same names as my kids.
Really?
It's like an alternate universe. Oh, that's weird.
You had clients that had the same names as your kids?
And that was fun. Like, we sat down at breakfast and we're talking about it, and she was like, wait, what's your kid's name? And I was like, no, Genevieve. And then we were talking about it, Bash. She was like, wait, what's your son's name? Bastion. She's like, literally, our kids are named the same thing.
That's crazy, because I feel like Genevieve is fairly common in our generation's children naming schemes, but Bastion I feel like isn't.
Sebastian, and so my kid is Bastion, hers is Sebastian,
okay.
But they do call him Bash, just like we call ours Bash.
Oh,
it
Bash.
was weird, and they're
That's
basically
wild.
the same ages. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I met clients that are in an alternate universe. I'm slightly concerned that the world is about to end because
we knew that. It's 2025.
Well, we met each other, so I'm slightly concerned that the world's about to end.
There was a slip in the space-time continuum that allowed you two to meet.
So we met each other. I was like, and I was waiting. I paused to see if there was an earthquake or something that was about to happen, because we realized it.
A rift in the continuum.
Wait, is something about to happen? Because now we know. Yeah, that didn't happen. So there was that. I've had.
Well, tell me about the poop on your floor.
Jesus. It's like my son's this feral poodle right now. Seriously. So we're trying to potty train this dude. Okay, he's almost 2, and he's literally the size of my 5-year-old.
So crazy.
Y'all, he is massive. He is dead ass on his way to being 6'4". Not a joke. That he's broken the scale between height and weight at the doctor's office, at the pediatrician's office. And the doctor literally asked us, what do you feed him? And I was like, oh, he only drinks protein shakes. And she laughed, and I was like, I'm not kidding.
That's all he wants.
No, for real, that's all he wants. And then when we travel with him, this is not a joke, he goes and gets a muscle milk, and he picks up beef jerky.
Stop.
We have not trained him to do this.
Kid's already a gym bro.
He doesn't even know what it is. And Nick and I joke all the time. That's my husband, Nick. So we joke all the time. We're like, I'm pretty sure he is some incarnate gym bro.
Yep.
Because when he watches sports, he's like,
like little caveman, throw the ball.
Yeah, literally. Or we went past wrestling some at one point, and he saw it, and he was like, oh my God, I think he is some sort of gym bro. And he has a super deep voice, so when he sees us, he's like, Daddy, Mama. Anyway, but so he's learning to potty train right now, and so I walked past him today, and I was like, why is your diaper off? And he looked me straight in the eye like a little terrorist, and held his hands in a little fist, and went, and out came poop straight on the floor. And I was like, dude. And my mouth just fell open, and I looked around, and there was poop bomb after tiny little poop bomb around the house. And I called out to Nick, and I said, your son is a literal shit terrorist. And then you and I were talking about the fact that we can't bathe our children. Why can we not wash their hair?
Children are like cats, I swear to God. It's you try to put them in water and they throw the biggest fit, but as soon as they're in the water, they're splashing everywhere. They don't want to get out.
My children, when I try to wash their hair, pretend like it's waterboarding at Guantanamo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Why? Why is it like this? Some sort of form of water torture. So this is
exactly what mine do.
There's that. Anyway, so
happy summer. Enjoy the poop.
Enjoy the poop. My pool is coming along. It's looking so
excited
cool
for you.
Well, here's what's hard is we're in the middle of the construction. Okay, so every time people are like, show me photos, they're like, it's a dust bowl of mud in your backyard. I'm like, I know you're not excited. I know what the end product's gonna look like, so I know I'm about to live in an Italian villa out my back door. Everyone else is like, oh, it's gross.
You know what, Blair? I'm not gonna lie. Now, every time you bring up your pool, I start to get that deep set feeling of panic and anxiety about the fact that you're gonna put it on swim. So tell the people what that is, in case they don't know.
Well, you didn't know until we talked about it at lunch.
Because it's not my thing.
So here's what's so funny is I loved your face when we told you about it, because I knew when I even talked about it on Instagram, you were the person that I was like, when Jess sees this, she is not the person that this is for.
My body is literally having a stress response just thinking about it. So hold on. Wait, first you gotta explain what it is so that we can let everybody understand why it's for you and it's not for me.
The PTSD that is going through your body, I'm well aware. Okay, so here's the deal. So Swimply is essentially like Airbnb for pools. Okay, you can either, and apparently you can rent other things too. Like you can rent people's backyards, you can rent like playgrounds, you can rent like all kinds of just randoms. Apparently you can
women
rent, like,
from the Girl On Woman
houses. You can totally rent ladies of the night from the Girl On Lady. So if any of you have just started watching or listening to us,
messed up,
go to the perfume episode. You will learn all about our sacred Girl On Lady.
She's my best friend.
She's about to sell Jess into the night.
And I'm totally okay with it. I love her.
I don't.
Okay.
I know her game.
Swimply.
So when you get onto Swimply, you can either be someone that rents things, or you can be someone that is the purveyor of the things that are rented.
Both of those things are totally unpalatable to me, but continue.
And so what I did is I built this pool with the idea of like, not only is my family going to enjoy this, but also I'm going to put it on Swimply so that I can have people come into my backyard, enjoy this oasis that I have created, and help them, just as Barbie is going into convulsions, and help them, and they're gonna help me pay for it as well. I'm stoked about this because I have a hospitality mindset. I have a hospitality background. Like, I love people. I love people. And so I want to share this with everyone else. Also, I want to show other people why my shit is better than their shit.
That's what it all boils down to,
That's
really, guys.
Also what it is too.
She just wants to show everybody how superior her design skills are.
So that you can pay for it, because I'm going to have this kick-ass pool that looks like an Italian villa, and it's going to have great furniture, and it's going to have a little pool deck, and it's going to have a hot tub, and it's going to have an outdoor bathroom and an outdoor shower, and it's going to have a fire pit, and there's going to be outdoor games like Jenga and cornhole and Connect 4, and it's going to have, the pool is going to have a heater and a cooler, and there's like an outdoor bar area for, you know, drinks and trash and, you know, a fridge. And anyway, doesn't that sound incredible? Jess is like, yeah.
Listen, there's two types of people in the world. The types of people that put their pool on Swimply, and the types of people that would rather be 6 feet under than put their pools on Swimply. So guess you can guess which two we are. Because I sit there and think about it from the standpoint of, so it's beautiful. Number one, it's a brilliant business decision, right? Because
Genius.
You're creating a form of revenue for yourself.
Genius.
I can't knock you for that. That's very intelligent. For me, I cannot fathom the idea of letting somebody into my backyard sanctuary too close to my roses, Peggy and Dolly, without me knowing them and their energy.
And their vibe. What vibe are you bringing into my backyard?
I can't have you near Peggy if you're going to bring the bad vibes, okay?
What juju will you be leaving in my backyard?
Because my home and my backyard are like my sanctuary. You know what I mean? Like, they're a form of sanctuary for me. So the thought of bringing somebody into my sanctuary that I don't know, it genuinely creates a stress response in my body of like, nope. It's not for me, but it's for you, and that's beautiful and that's wonderful.
It is. When I talked about this on my Instagram, I said, look, this is either for you and you know it, or it is dead ass not for you
and you know it.
You know it. It is, Swimply is that thing. Like, it is that trigger.
Are you an extrovert or are you an introvert? That should pretty much put it out there for you.
And you know. Yes. Correct.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Well, summer is in full bloom over here, and so is the WWE matches in our house. So that's pretty much where we're at. It's summer. The kids are crazy. I'm just counting down the days until vacation.
Does anyone have a bloody nose yet?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We've had bloody noses already.
Because has anyone do the cornflower ear yet?
No, not quite. We're not quite there yet.
Oh, okay.
We keep our mats a little cleaner than that.
Oh, fire.
Yeah. So we're good.
Well, it's not about how dirty it gets. I thought it was about how much blood accumulates.
The impact?
Because they've been hit a lot, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm that woman that wears a sweatshirt that says sports across it instead of an actual sports team. So I have no fucking clue how sports work.
Go sports ball.
Says the person who was a college athlete and a high school athlete. I don't know how cauliflower ear works.
Guess what? I was a mascot.
A what? You were a mascot? Stop. How have I not learned this about you before?
Oh, it's a deep-rooted secret.
Mascot. Wow.
For 1 year, 1 season.
What was the
Then I hung it up.
What was the mascot? Were you the one out there doing the backflips and shit? Because that's fire.
I was a hippo. It just gets better. Every word gets better.
So,
very good face.
Blair was a hippo mascot.
Sure was.
I am the lady that wears the sweatshirts that say sports instead of a sports team. But who are we really, Blair?
Well, I'm Blair.
And I'm Jess. And this is Style Therapy. Because dopamine dressing is real.
Because your family style opinions definitely are not.
True. But who are we?
Oh, for real?
Yes, for real, who are we?
So my name is Blair Petroni, and I am a professional image consultant and coach here in the Houston area. And so what that means is I help you look more like you.
And my name's Jess Aberly, and I'm a professional vibe.
That is dead ass who she is.
I'm just kidding. I'm a style enthusiast who has built an Instagram following, kind of teaching a DIY approach to a lot of the styling techniques that Blair uses in her practice. So we're a cute little team of somebody who it has the knowledge and the actual day-to-day use of the knowledge that we impart, and then I am somebody that just tries to help other people figure it out.
Yeah.
And together, we try to help you figure it out.
And together we're just ridiculous and fun.
And together we talk about poop and pools.
Hashtag poop and pools.
Well, what are we here to talk about today, Blair? Something like hell nah.
Oh, no.
To the Naw Naw Naw.
Oh, I thought we were here to talk about poop and pools.
Oh. Well, you know what my response is to that? Hell nah. To the Naw Naw Naw.
So we're actually here to start a new series.
New series today.
New series alert. New series alert. So one thing that you and I were talking about was how many people DM us a lot. Asking about Kibbe body types and Kitchener essences and what you're supposed to be wearing and not wearing, and there's so many rules that go into all of these things, like little tentacles that go into this. And so we wanted to help people figure out exactly, well, this is what you should not be wearing, because you and I have talked so much about, okay, this is what you should be wearing, but we haven't really talked much about what you shouldn't be wearing.
What your hell naws are.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of questions in my DMs about, okay, if this does not work for me, what does that mean? Can that help point me to a type? Which I know, Kibbe in his latest book said you can't reverse engineer things, but there is some element of helpfulness in reverse engineering and seeing what really doesn't work on you and what that might allude to when it comes to your body type.
Yes.
So which body type are we going to start with today?
Today we're going to start with the soft naturals. And here's why we're starting with the soft naturals.
So many of y'all.
There are so many. So in my practice, okay, I see about 600 people a year. Just to put that into perspective, most stylists, most coaches only see about 10,000 people in their practice ever. Mm-hmm. So the fact that I see 600 people a year is insane. Okay? Just let that sink in for a second.
That's a lot of people.
Y'all, that's a lot of people. Okay, that's a lot of people.
It's a lot of social interaction.
Says the introvert over here.
Go ahead.
Just as the introvert.
That stress response rising up in my body. Anyway.
Right? And so because I see so many people a year, one of the things that we do, and we have started doing, because people have started asking us so much, is how many people do you see? How many people do you see? What different types do you see? that I finally was like, whatever. I guess we'll start tracking it.
Where are you tracking it? What are you tracking it in?
We're tracking it in an Excel spreadsheet. You love an Excel spreadsheet.
God, I love Excel so much. Go ahead. Let me get off my high Excel horse over here.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful too. Lord made this like incredible like table, and it's like a pivot table, and it has all of it like leads into the, I don't know any, when I tell you I know nothing about Excel, like almost nothing.
Does it have conditional formatting?
What does that mean?
Oh.
Probably. There's lots of colors and things it leads. I don't know what that means.
I bet it's a beautiful spreadsheet.
Probably. Okay. You've seen the spreadsheets that I build. It's literally just like a row with a name on the top, or column with the name.
But you know what?
On the
It's
top.
effective. That's what matters.
Okay, again, but you should see this. It's fire. Okay. And then it has like all of these different conditions. Maybe, right? I don't know. But when you type things in, it then goes to this like pie chart.
Okay, yeah.
On the right. And so what she has, we see a lot of soft naturals.
I'm not surprised by that.
Excessive. And I'm not either, because that's the most prevalent type I see in the
wild.
world.
Yep.
In the whole world. In the wild.
I see so many soft naturals in the wild.
Like a zoo.
And it's a very distinctive type, right?
Oh, yeah.
As soon as you, in my opinion, as soon as you see a soft natural, you know it's a soft natural. They just have a very specific look to them, and I see it all the time in the wild, and they're beautiful. They're so beautiful. Yeah. But they also have very specific needs in terms of what they need for their accommodations.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Very, very normal. Very normal. And so I figured, let's start there. Let's start this, because so many people are soft naturals. Right? I didn't want to start at one end versus the other end, because we always start.
We always do that. We always start either yang end and then work our way to yin, or we start on the yin end, work our way to yang. So we're going to start smack dab in the almost middle, y'all.
I didn't want to do that. Like, I wanted to start somewhere like boop, so that people could see. So it made me happy and excited. So when it comes to soft naturals in Kibi, okay, there's the yang end of the spectrum and there's the yin end of the spectrum. And on the yang end of the spectrum essentially means like structured, vertical, things are a little more sharper and angled, and the yin end of the spectrum is more like rounded and curvy and
languid
delicate.
and flowing. And
Yes, correct. And then right in the middle is just balanced, right? Things are very, very balanced. Well, the soft naturals sit just left of center. Okay, what's special about them is their accommodation is width. Width is so beautiful. We talk about this a lot. This is Jess's family. The naturals are Jess's family.
yes.
Okay, do you want to talk to them about your family? I don't want to take your thunder away, because it's your family.
No, I mean, and we've talked about it at length in the past, but the beautiful thing about naturals is just the way that clothing sits on you, because you do have that width within your upper body and your shoulders. Clothing just falls so beautifully from your shoulder throughout the rest of your body. Now, we've talked about that at length with the FNs, about how that makes you the supermodel type. What's so beautiful about the soft naturals is they do have the element of curve that has to be accommodated as well. So you have the width that requires that unconstructed flow, along with the curve that requires that sensual drape, and it just comes across like such a goddess style look. It is so beautiful. So they need things that are unconstructed and flowing, but also with some sensuous drape that shows off that lovely shape that they have. So what does that mean in terms of what they cannot get away with? It's the same for FNs as well, right? Christmas, guys, does not work for us.
And we're going to go category by category.
Oh, we're going to go category by category?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Girl, we're going to go category by category. All right.
But yeah, so our SNs are our beautiful Greek goddesses. They just need that unconstructed, sensual flow and drape to them. And it's just...
Yeah, it's utter perfection.
Yeah.
It's utter perfection. And the reason why we're calling this series Hell Nah is because this is everything that an SN soft natural should avoid. This is a hell nah for you. Like, no, 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 no. And if you're actually looking for all of these things right now, you can find them on my page, on the website, on maevemelange.com.
Yep.
It is on your Soft Natural Kibbe page where you can find everything that you should be wearing and that you should be avoiding. All of your rules are right there.
And I would love to encourage our listeners as well. If you are one of those people that is undecided on your type, you've kind of done the DIY approach, maybe you've read The Power of Style, you're trying to figure things out for yourself, listen and really think about the hell naws for each of the types as we go through this series. Because if you hear something that resonates with you, like, oh yeah, that really does not work for me, it could help point you in the direction. We talked about the fact that you shouldn't reverse engineer it. Well, sometimes that can be helpful if you know there's things that don't work for you. Associating what doesn't work for a specific type to what doesn't work for you can help steer you in the correct direction of where you need to end up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the first thing that I wanted to ask you is, do we want to chat about like the rules of features about not being a soft natural? Because there are certain features in the body that I'll look at with somebody.
Oh yeah,
say, like,
sure.
You're not a soft natural if XYZ.
Yeah, I love that.
You want to talk about that? Mm-hmm. Okay. So when it comes to soft naturals, you have both this stunning width that's in your shoulder. So if you've ever thought like, my God, I have the shoulders of a linebacker. No, my friend. You have the shoulders of a supermodel. Mm-hmm. Okay, like we're gonna reverse that.
Yes.
In your brain. We're gonna take that and change that, okay? But you also have this curve that's in your hip, okay, that we have to accommodate on you as well. So if any of the traits that I'm about to talk to you about resonate with you, you are probably not
a soft natural.
A soft natural.
Yeah,
okay?
And I do want to be clear when we talk about width in the upper half. I think sometimes people have a common misconception about that, about, oh, I have to have swimmer's shoulders in order to be a natural. And that's not necessarily true, right?
Okay, come to the library.
The width is in relation to the rest of your frame. So it's really going to be about how long your specific collarbone is in relation to the rest of your body. You can be somebody who is traditionally narrow or svelte or really tiny,
totally,
and still have width in your frame relative
right
to you, even though you may not be wide compared to others.
And the reason why is your collarbone is wider than your hip bone. So as your collarbone has grown throughout your life, essentially it has pushed your shoulders wider than your hip bones. And that's why I call you guys supermodels, because
sorry, I'm just feeling right here where my
like,
clavicle ends.
She's like, this is
well, because I think it's a good comparison, right? Like,
it is.
Where does your clavicle end? Point to where your clavicle ends.
Right here. Mine's right here.
See, mine ends all the way like over here.
Yeah, mine's like right here.
Right here. You can even see it in our collarbones, right? Like you can see where my collarbones stretch out all the way across here.
Yeah,
anyway,
and mine's
your collarbones are really important for
yeah,
width, y'all.
Yeah, and mine's like right here. And so essentially, if you are a flamboyant natural or a soft natural, like you are a supermodel, because in supermodels we want to be able to, let's say, put a dress on you and have that dress fall straight to the ground, and the only way that can happen is if your shoulders are wider than your hips.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you need those wide shoulders. Okay, so if these resonate with you, you are absolutely not probably a soft natural. Hell no. Okay. Numero uno. Your features are evenly balanced.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not.
If your features have like no mix of broadness or softness, right? You are not a soft natural.
Yeah.
You need to have this mix of like breadth and softness in you to be like in a little more breadth in order for you to actually be a soft natural. You need to look like essentially the girl next door goddess, right? Like you need to be able to wake up and be like, I woke up like this. Because if you're, for example, a classic cannot wake up with like bushy hair and look incredible.
No.
Okay? A soft natural can wake up with bushy hair and look
be like,
incredible.
I'm out.
Yes, correct.
I look good, I'm out.
Yeah, they can wake up and look incredible, right?
Yes.
If your arms and legs are very sinewy, if they're very lean,
and long.
okay, no.
Yes.
You can, that's not for you.
No.
Okay, you're not that. You need to be more soft and fleshy in order to be a soft natural.
And your vertical line is more moderate as well, right?
Yeah, you don't look tall.
You don't look tall. You have a very moderate vertical line. So if you had long limbs, that would add to that sense of verticality. So it is important in a soft natural that you don't have limbs that look long like you would have in your more yang types, because it's just not who you are. You don't have long, sinewy limbs.
Yeah, I don't look at you and I'm like, dang. Like you're just there.
Yeah.
Right?
You're just
there.
moderate.
You're just there. If your bone structure is delicate or fragile, like if it looks like I'm about to be able to snap you.
If you look like a baby bird.
Yeah, instead of like you being like broad and a little, like a scotch angular, right? No. If I look like I'm about to be able to snap you, no ma'am, you are not a soft natural.
And I want to put that in perspective of, because it's beautiful, right? It's not, when we talk about being delicate, a lot of people are like, oh, I love the look of delicacy. But when we talk about the natural family, you're like the warrior queens.
Correct.
You are like the Valkyries.
Correct.
You have a sense of athleticism.
Totally.
And muscularity. And warrior level of muscle density.
Look at Ilona Mar.
Yeah, Ilona Mar is a perfect example of that. I'm like 10 out of 10. She's absolutely an FN, right?
Oh, 1,000%. Yes.
When you look at a natural, there is a sense of natural athleticism and muscularity to them. So they're your warrior goddesses. They are not your ballerinas.
No, ma'am.
And it's still beautiful.
Oh my God, so gorgeous. If your facial features are sharp in any way, okay, like if you're intensely angular rather than soft up here, okay, no, you are not a soft natural.
Can we give an example of that?
Yeah.
So,
Kate Blanchett.
Yep, there you go. Okay. I was going to say, think of some of your more angular, dramatic faces. People like Angelica Houston, people like Tilda Swinton, people like Kate Blanchett. They have very intensely sharp bone structure.
Ava Green.
It's one of the first things that you notice about them is their cheekbones could cut glass, right? And you can still have lovely cheekbones as a soft natural, but they're going to be rounded out because of that addition of yin. You are going to have slightly rounder features than you're going to see in somebody who's more yang.
You need to look at like Jennifer Lopez and Shakira.
Jennifer Lopez. Oh,
those are
beautiful.
Soft naturals.
And they both have killer cheekbones.
Meryl
It's just
Streep,
not the kind that cut
natural.
glass.
Yeah, stunning. Okay, you have those like pillows on your cheeks. They're so pretty. Okay, if your hips are narrow and straight, right? Like if you look at your hips and you're like, bro, I don't have any.
Yes,
they're just straight. No, not a soft natural.
And that's the important designator for FN versus SN.
Yeah.
If you have straight, narrow hips, it's possible you're an FN. If you have any sort of flesh and roundness and softness to your hip, you're likely an SN.
Correct. Yeah, 100%. And by the way, that's a secret to any soft type. If you are to be a soft anything, you have to have roundness and flesh on your hips. If you are straight on the bottom, you are not a soft anything. Period. End of story.
Period.
Period. Yeah, period. You are, okay? So that's that.
Yes.
Okay, those features. Now, let's start talking about Hell Nah in regards to actual things on the website. So, fabrics and materials.
Cotton poplin, y'all. Stay the hell away from cotton poplin, y'all.
So anything that's like clingy or stiff or like girly fabrics and materials, cotton poplin, numero uno. Stay away. Ditzy laces.
Yeah.
Hard leathers. Okay.
Now,
you can rock suede.
I was just about to say you can rock suede because there's movement to it. But if you have a hard structured leather, it's not going to be for you.
Negative Ghost Rider. Absolutely not. No. So anything that is like super duper stiff, not for you. So if you have something that's like a really stiff corduroy, no. You need things that drape and move and sway. You can't, like if you hold something in your hand and it literally, like when you crinkle it, it just stays in its place. No.
Yeah, but you also can't go too far to the other end of the spectrum either, right?
We're not talking chiffon.
We're not talking chiffon. We're not talking tulle. We're
Yep.
not talking floaty fabrics.
Yep.
You need those medium
It's
weight
moderate.
draped fabrics.
Yep, exactly. But again, this is the Hell Nah episode. We're not here to tell you guys
Yes.
everything that you need. This is what you don't.
So avoid cotton poplins.
Yeah, stay
Avoid, especially for those that work in corporate America, you are going to want to avoid the button-ups that are made with the cotton that is stiff. You're going to want to go for like a satin or a silk or something that has some drape and some movement to it.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We're literally just talking fabrics and materials. There are shirt sessions that are down here too. Yeah, you getting ahead, Josie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fabrics, cotton poplin, burn it. Burn it.
That is dead ass not for you.
You think I hate cotton poplin?
Guess who hates cotton poplin? Okay, necklines.
Anything closed, guys.
Anything that's a closed neckline.
Mock necks, turtlenecks, anything like that is not going to be for you.
Anything that's a stiff collar.
Yes.
Bye.
Collars.
Tight neckline, high neckline, intricate embellishments. Soft naturals, not an intricate embellishment type of person. If you put anything too intricate on a neckline around them, right? Anything that's even like too much beading,
Overwhelming.
or too like if there's too many buttons or you have too many crystals or anything, even if they have an ingenue essence, can't even do it on them. Because you look at them and you're like, there's a lot happening.
A lot going on.
Okay, there's a reason why soft naturals are called the Greek goddesses. There's a reason why Greek goddesses look dead ass incredible in togas and Birkenstocks.
Just a toga, guys.
Toga.
Just wear a toga to work every day.
That's why, right? You draping, right? And it's just like that like moderate, thicker cotton fabric. You guys look fire in that stuff. You don't need anything that's super high necked, super intensely tight on you. Do not do that to yourself. There's a reason why I call naturals let the décolleté breathe.
Yes. That collarbone is wide. You gotta let it breathe.
And there's a reason why a lot of you guys have this issue where when you have something that's too high on your neckline, y'all are like, get it off, get it off, get it off. Right? Some of you feel really claustrophobic.
It also impedes your upper body movement, so you can feel it. You can definitely feel it when you've got a neckline that doesn't work for width.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to wear.
You guys are like, no.
So that's a hell nah.
That's a
I mean, you
hell
probably already want to rip it off because it probably doesn't feel comfortable for you, but it's just a hell nah in general.
Correct. It's like a no.
Yeah, so mock necks, turtlenecks, avoid like the plague, guys. Now, there are tricks that you can use to try and make them look better, even if they're not for you, but it's still likely not going to be comfortable and it's still going to be constricting.
Yes. And by the way, I have clients ask me all the time and people online ask me all the time, like, Blair, what are some of the tricks that we can use? You are not ready, respectfully, for me to give you the tricks unless you already know your body type. You have already been able to live inside of your body type and master just level 1 of that. And then once you can show me, okay, I know all of everything that's when you're ready for what I call style 2.0. And that's the tricks like that. The first trick I will give you for free quietly is mesh. Mesh up top is a secret for naturals.
Yes.
And being able for you to have a closed neckline. That's the only trick I'm giving you first.
I will give you an
For
example
freebie.
of this too, right? So I recently got a silk dress that was on sale. It was originally $300. I got it for like $50.
Hey.
And it's a high neckline, right? It's
Yeah.
a crew neckline, but it's mesh.
Yeah, babe.
It's embroidered mesh. So the slip underneath it is a V-neck. So it gives the illusion of breathing. And it's loose enough to where it's not constricting anywhere else. But that mesh, being able to see through it and you can see the collarbone and the skin underneath, it does give the illusion. So yes, that is a trick that works.
And here's why I say this about the tricks. And you know this. I am not someone that like gatekeeps. I don't keep closet secrets. But there is so much that goes into this, and it is so overwhelming just to get your stuff right on a baseline, that if you try to consume so many things at one time and you're trying to like eat the elephant in one bite instead of one bite at a time, you are going to burn out.
Yep.
It becomes so overwhelming that you end up throwing this in the trash. And the last thing that I want is anybody finding this, and I firmly believe this is the answer to being able to dress your body in perpetuity, in perfection.
Yeah.
Truly, that's why I've done this.
And realistically, when we're talking about tricks should be exactly like you said, it should be the last step once you're comfortable in dressing the body that you live in, right?
Absolutely.
Because if you come to Blair or you figure out what your body type is and you're starting with cleaning out your closet and you're starting fresh, you're going to want to purchase pieces that are base pieces and are the foundation.
Yeah.
So don't even try to play with necklines that you know aren't going to work for your type. Get the basics of what you need to let that collarbone breathe, and then as you get more comfortable in dressing the body that you live in, then you can start to maybe play with the tricks and try to learn the tricks. But your base pieces should be pieces that are going to work for you no matter what.
Totally. Absolutely. Next are going to be the silhouettes and the fits. Okay? The biggest avoid for soft naturals, stiff tailoring and overly structured anything outfits.
Overly structured anything.
You are not a dramatic.
You want to know the first thing I think of when I think of a hell nah for a soft natural? A shift dress. No ma'am.
No A-lines?
No ma'am.
What?
But you're absolutely right. Anything with structure. So any of the fabric that's going to hold its shape, right? Which is what you get in the shift dresses. It's what you get in anything structured, like a structured blazer, a structured trouser. They're just not for you guys.
You are not.
You need clothes that are not going to hold their shape.
Correct.
So any blocky silhouette, any silhouette that holds its shape, no, not for you.
Yeah, and there's a reason why if y'all, for example, work in corporate America and you've tried to wear just one of the potato sack shift dresses, which is, for some people that don't understand what a shift dress is, y'all, it's the potato sacks.
Yep.
Right? Just look, and it's just straight and it's very structured and tailored. If you tried to wear those and you're like, but why do I look insane? But why do I look crazy?
Sorry, I just hit the chair. And I want you guys to hear this. I want you guys to hear this. For the people that get your information from Reddit. Okay? The joke is always made that the naturals, especially the flamboyant naturals and even the soft naturals, are the boho potato sack types.
No.
That is not what being a natural means. It doesn't mean you're automatically a boho queen.
No.
It does not mean you're going to look good in potato sacks.
No.
Because potato sacks look good on nobody but Marilyn Monroe. And even then, still questionable.
Many people preferred her naked than a potato sack, my friend.
I mean, who doesn't prefer romantic naked? But
yeah,
I want to clarify, because that comment gets made a lot on Reddit, jokingly and seriously, that naturals are the potato sack types. You are not the potato sack types, because a potato sack hangs straight and boxy. That's not for you as a soft natural.
Hear me, world. Please. There are 5 of us that do this professionally in the world. 5, right? Including the man that created this system.
I love him.
He's wonderful. Do you really believe that the 5 of us that do this have enough time to be on Reddit helping you for free type yourself and work with you? No. It is the blind leading the blind on Reddit.
It is.
Stay off of Reddit. If you're going to be on Reddit, go to Kibby Circle Jerk.
Kibby Circle
That's
Jerk.
a real good time. That's a really good time.
It's a real good time.
Y'all, do not get on Reddit. No. It is the blind leading the blind. Don't do that.
But definitely, for clarity, because you made the comment that the shift dress, you're absolutely right. The shift dress is like the potato sack.
Oh my God.
The potato sacks are not for you.
Oh man.
Gamine, maybe. Well, flamboyant Gamine, maybe. SN, abso-freaking-lutely not.
Stay away. But that's why you guys have been wearing them if you're an SN and you're like, but why do I look terrible? And also if I'm wearing a very
Reddit told me to wear a potato sack.
And also it told me that I should be like a structured blazer that's right here. No. Nope. You are not a dramatic classic. You cannot pull it off. Good try though.
Nope.
E for effort.
But I do, yeah. If you have ever felt super uncomfortable in traditional corporate America clothes, that could be a sign for you. that you are a natural. Anyway, continue. We got really off track there with the potato sacks.
No,
I just feel
really
passionately
important.
about
No,
it.
that's very important. Prints and patterns, okay? You guys are going to avoid excessively large and angular patterns,
Yes.
okay? So, number one, really large patterns in general are not for you guys, all right? Like very large, not for you. Okay, you need patterns that are A, moderate, and B, typically more like wavy and swirly, and especially things that are angular. So anything that are lines, okay?
Yes.
Nothing that's a line, nothing that's a diamond, nothing that's a triangle, nothing that has an angle on it in any way, shape, or form. You are not pointy. You're not pointy.
No. And what you're trying to reflect too is the natural harmony in your own structure.
Yeah.
Right? So, number one, just like you said, soft naturals, you sit towards moderation. You are on the yinist side of the yang side of the scale, sitting right next to classic, essentially, right? And you need prints that are moderate in size. You're not going to be able to wear the big silver dollar and bigger prints that some of your other types are going to wear. And
There's
angularity, angularity for you, it's going to overwhelm you. It's not going to be harmonious with that natural, beautiful roundness that we find within your features. Because again, like you said, soft naturals, you're not going to have those sharp cheekbones. You're not going to have those sharp features that are enhanced by the angularity and patterns if you are, a dramatic. You need something with a little more flow, a little more languidity to it, and that's going to naturally harmonize with your beautiful face. So if you look horrible in diamonds, in anything with straight lines, like horizontal stripes, vertical stripes, because I'm like that, I can't wear a vertical stripe to save my life. I look horrendous in it, right? If stripes and angularity is not for you in patterns, probably not a, if lines and angular patterns work for you, not a soft natural. There we go. Hell no. Hell not a lines.
Correct. Okay, next we're going to do accessories. Hell nah for a soft natural. Please walk away quickly. Wire jewelry. Anything that's a geometric design.
Yes.
Run away from arrows. No arrows for you.
Which, you know what? I do feel like that's something that gets pushed on naturals.
It's a point. Go away. Stop it.
They're like, an arrow, wow, it's natural.
No. Stop.
No.
Chandelier earrings. Those aren't for you. They're for your sister. Those are for FNs.
Yep.
Okay? Anything that has tons of vertical or elongation in an accessory,
yes,
it's not for you. So anything that's like a bolero,
extremely
or
long
a
necklaces,
tie, or anything that's not for you. Yeah. Okay, you need the shorter things like the bib necklaces or anything that's just like a little more organic. No, it's anything. Nope, anything that I said before. Hell no.
But you're also going to want to avoid the overly dainty jewelry.
Totally.
As well.
Yep.
Because it's not going to do you justice. You have a little more sturdiness to you than that. So some of the really fine, tiny chained jewelry with the tiny jewels on it, the really delicate jewelry, we'll save that for the more yin ladies, because you do need a little more sturdiness to the pieces that you choose in your accessories.
Yeah. Good point. Really good point. Shoes. Oh, hell no. No pointed shoes. No pointed shoes for you. The most I want a soft natural in is a taper. And a taper is basically when like a pointed shoe and a round shoe have a baby. Just a taper. Okay? All soft naturals, when I say this, they get it. Think of a Converse. That's a taper.
Yep.
Okay? Taper. Okay? No stilettos. You aren't a dramatic. There is not enough yang in you for a point in any way, shape, or form.
We're not trying to stab somebody with your shoes.
Nothing. Y'all love a Birkenstock. A soft natural is like, God, I love Birkenstocks. Are there dressy Birkenstocks? Every soft natural that I know.
There are absolutely brands that are like dressy Birkenstocks.
Are there dressy Birkenstocks? And so I have to tell them like there are.
You're going to be more of a block heel type person.
Yeah.
With a little bit of natural material on it, like an espadrille.
Totally.
Something like that, yeah.
That's why I tell them like there
no
are.
stilettos, ma'ams, no stilettos.
Like
they're not comfortable. Unless you're a dramatic or a dramatic class, apparently. So.
Well, oh, no. It's not that they're not comfortable to
I
dramatic.
know.
It's that dramatics they don't care. We don't care. We're like,
if you're an SN, you're all
pain
about
is beauty.
Dramatics
are pain is beauty. You're welcome. I'm here. Like that is.
You're not an SN if you don't care how uncomfortable your shoes are.
Yeah, if you're an SN, you're like, I need comfort all the time.
Yes.
Togas and Birkenstocks.
Togas and Birkenstocks.
And I brought the leaves in case I have to go to the bathroom. Poop and pools.
Oh, God.
I told you this is about poop and pools. Going back to the beginning. Okay. Next is going to be tops. Told you we were going to get there.
Absolutely.
Okay? And what you were correct. Anything that's like overly fitted, especially if it's like a button down. Okay. Number one, you don't need the button downs are typically poplin and they're super fitted. Number two, they have the vertical that's on them. So it's two things that you dead ass don't need. Also, you don't need anything that's got that coverage on your décolleté.
Absolutely.
Anything that's super high necked, like none of that is for you. None for Gretchen Wieners.
And I want to be clear here too, because I started talking about it. We backtracked because we were going to get there.
Yes.
I totally understand too. There are a lot of women that work in corporate America that are not the classic types, that are not the dramatic types. And there are ways that you can still dress appropriately. You just have to be very careful about your fabric choices, right? So you cannot wear the cotton poplin stiff button-ups. Choose a silk, choose a satin, choose a linen, choose something with movement. But if you look good in cotton poplin button-ups, you are not a soft natural.
Not a soft natural.
You are not a soft natural.
Yeah.
Hell nah.
Hell
to stiff button-ups.
Nah, bro. No. And as a soft dramatic, okay, that is one of the ways that I dead ass knew. I was like, I look good in structure, but not a button up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a way that I like.
You look
know,
good in
like,
corseted top.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I will put an eye out.
If
in
you're a soft
top.
natural, probably not going to want a corseted top.
No, but like you see me in a corset top, and you're like,
"Hi, Mama."
Can you wear that every day? Do you own a lot of these?
Yeah.
Because I would prefer you in a lot of these. Dresses. Okay. Anything that's a stiff, tight silhouette is not for you. And here's what's really hard. I have soft naturals that have dramatic essences. They are so upset that
structure is not for them.
they are so
I can
mad.
understand that.
They, especially in their 20s, they're like, but I want to look like a hooker. Especially
who doesn't in their 20s?
Especially on my birthday. I want to look like a hooker. I want my vagina to show. I'm trying to show I'm like, bro, can you I just need you to show me the shoulders, put this shit above your knee. We just need a little bit of just like ruching around the midsection. Can I just make you look like a nice cocktail waitress? Please? She's like, no.
Oh my gosh.
I'm literally going through that with one of my clients right now. She's like, no, dramatic essence. She literally told me she didn't have a dramatic essence. And I was like, every one of you that tells me you're not a dramatic literally is a dramatic essence. That's why you have a dramatic essence.
Yes, stiff structured dresses, stiff shirt dresses, shift dresses.
Yeah.
None of that is for you.
Nothing tight, nothing
you look good
wicked
in those?
tailored.
Hell no.
You don't need anything tailored.
No.
Nothing tailored, nothing tight, nothing to any of that. You don't need it.
You probably don't even need to go to a tailor. I'm kidding.
Almost not. Like, almost not. Now, there's a little bit. Naturals.
Well, the other thing, too.
Don't take Jess's advice about the tailor.
Oh, yeah. Don't take my advice about tailoring. I'm just a lazy girl. I did have a listener. I do got to segue here for a second, or a tangent here for a second. I did have a listener who DM'd me.
Oh, Lord.
Because
Here it comes.
the comment that I made about don't tailor it, just wear higher heels.
She probably was like, I agree.
She pulled a Jess.
Jesus Christ.
She didn't tailor, she wore higher heels.
Oh, God.
Shout out. Good idea. I'm kidding. Anyway, back to the soft natural.
You are literally a terrible influence.
Guilty as charged.
I love it.
So not only are we talking about stiff structured dresses not being good for you,
Yeah.
anything overly tight as well. So
Totally.
it can be a slinky material that in theory should work and should have movement for you.
Yeah.
But if it's too tight, it's not going to do you justice. You really need drape and flow. I'm the same way, right? If I wear a bodycon dress, it's not going to be my best look.
Yep. If you also, with dresses, if you are trying to go anything that's super long or super short, not for you. Hell no.
If you look real good in a super long maxi that brushes the floor, you're probably not an SN.
No. Here's the deal. There are a couple SNs that I know that can do maxis. There's a few. There's not a lot of you, and that's because y'all start teetering on being just natural. Just naturals. Now, we're not getting into that. David removed them along with Pure Classics and Pure Gamines from his system. There used to be 13 body types, now there's just 10. But every now and again, I will get someone that's just a pure, very rare, but I have a couple of them. Okay, but there's a couple, you guys, but it's so rare.
It's very rare. Yeah, for the most part, a very long maxi length is a hell no for you.
Absolutely not.
You need more moderation than that.
Absolutely, and usually needs to be right above your knee. That's where it needs to be. Skirts, basically the same thing, right? Anything that's overly fitted, anything that's skin tight, anything that's thick, starched fabric.
Anything that's too long.
Too short.
And
the reason why is, and I tell my clients this all the time, if you have a curve on the bottom, and it doesn't even matter what your weight is, okay? If you don't have a curve on the bottom, doesn't matter what your weight is. I have size 28 clients that do not have a curve on the bottom, right? They're dramatics. Y'all, we could put them in hot pants. Okay, you could just keep raising that skirt all the way up and you'd be like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure she's a Barbie. I don't even think she has a vagina.
Because the legs are so long.
Because they don't have a curve on the bottom. It's what we were talking about last episode. It's it's that optical illusion that they have. That curve gives you that illusion that like, oh God, she's gonna show me her vagina. Oh God, right? Like, when you have a curve, it doesn't matter what your weight is. Oh God, she's gonna show me her vagina. The higher that we get.
We're gonna get to a point. We gotta start taking count of how many times we've said vagina.
I don't care.
It's gotta be at least 7 at this point.
Who cares? Whatever. When do we get to say penis?
We need to get one of those counters in the top right corner of the screen. Just ding, ding, ding. Anyway.
Vagina counter. Just put it up there every time. I used to do that in corporate presentations. I used to jokingly try to like use the word penetrate as many times as I could.
I hate everything about that. Continue.
I used to be like, do, 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 do. I used to be like the counter, and I used to put it in, what would I put it in? In like a draft, an email draft, to be like, how many, like 4, 2, 6, depending on how long the deck was. Anyway,
love it.
Because I'm ridiculous. Anywho, all right. That was skirts.
Nothing too long. Again, you want moderation. You want it to be close to knee length for you.
Right above the knee, actually.
Right above the knee. Nothing too floaty.
No.
Nothing too tight.
No. And it's just, again, you want some drape on you. Again, not floaty, drape. And the drape goes like right around your midsection because you're trying to highlight your hips. Okay? For pants, hell nah to sharp tailoring. Ugh. Negative, Ghost Rider. Stay away.
But
straight
also,
jumpsuit. Hit me.
Also anything too tight. Like cigarette pants that come in and taper down.
It's not for you.
Or skinny jeans.
Nope, not for you.
Skinny jeans are not for naturals.
Nope, skinny jeans, absolutely not. Straight jumpsuits, negative. No. Can't do it. You can't do it. You have a curve on the bottom. You got that curve. Straight jumpsuits are not for you. There's a trick to jumpsuits for you. Specific tricks.
Gotta have flow to it.
2 of them. 2 very specific tricks to jumpsuits for SNs. Okay? But yeah, sharp tailoring, straight jumpsuits, skinny jeans, thick material. None of that's for you. Also, like super wide legs, not for you. Super long pants, not for you. All of that, a lot of
You
essence.
do look good in a wide leg as long as it falls straight down and as long as it hits at the right part of your leg. If it starts to get too long.
There's a very specific part of their leg that it has to hit on. It's a very specific part. Very specific.
So again, moderation in the pants. Nothing too long, nothing too wide, nothing too tight.
Correct.
Fine line to walk.
It's a very fine line to walk. Outerwear.
Jackets.
Oh my God, yeah. Outerwear and jackets for them. No heavy coats.
No heavy coats.
Nothing heavy. No thick material. Nothing super-de-duper thick.
Nothing too long and overwhelming either, because we do talk about naturals being the type that can wear the kimonos, because we can wear things that are floaty. Yes, absolutely. The super long kimonos, not going to be for you. You're going to need a kimono with a more moderate length to it, or it's going to overwhelm your frame.
Right above your knee. Yep. Something that actually hits you right at the curve of your hip is amazing.
Dusters, not for you.
No. Well, that's not true. That's not true. You can totally rock like a midi duster.
A midi duster.
Yeah, Essence can rock a midi duster. Oh yeah, there's some good ones out there for them. They can do a midi duster. They can do a duster right above the knee. Yes, they can do dusters. There's some good ones for them.
Okay.
But it has to be super lightweight.
Yeah.
Super lightweight. They can. Stiff materials, also not for them. Any like wool, super thick wool, no, bye-bye.
No. Now you can find wool knits that drape beautifully, but if it's the thick structured wool, which you typically see in winter coats, you've got to be very, very careful. It's better to choose a really heavy wool knit that falls and
No
drapes.
Cucinelli for you guys. Sorry, y'all. Cucinelli's not for you. Hair. Oh gosh.
Oh, you guys get the beautiful, beautiful beachy hair.
Says the woman that's sitting here with the beautiful, beautiful beachy hair.
If you look good in a straight angular bob, you are not a soft natural.
If you look good in a pixie cut,
You are not.
in an angled cut, in very sharp bangs,
Those are not for you.
you are thou is not a sharp. Wait,
I'm just
a soft natural.
Thou art not a soft natural.
Thank you. Clearly, my Shakespearean is terrible.
I'm just over here thinking about the time I thought I was gamine and had a pixie cut when I was 24. Yeah, I'll show you pictures later. Anyway.
Oh no!
I did. I had a pixie cut. It wasn't horrible. It was not. It was obviously not my best look.
Rounded?
No,
Was it at least rounded?
It was a true pixie.
Oh no!
It was a true pixie. It was.
Oh Lord!
I mean, it was close crop, platinum blonde pixie.
Oh my God!
She's dying inside. I'll show you pictures after this. Anyway, if you look good in a pixie cut, you're probably not a soft natural.
Sweet Lord God Almighty!
Not for you.
And last but not least, makeup.
Oh, guys, we don't want anything too sharp. 2016 makeup.
I can't stop thinking about you and your pixie cut.
Thinking about the eyebrows from last week.
I can't stop thinking about you and your pixie cut. You ruined this.
We'll show
for
you
me.
later. I'm so sorry,
My God.
but like really sharp cat eyes, really sharp
Liquid
lips.
eyeliner.
Yeah, liquid eyeliner's not going to be
Overly
for you.
precise or sculpted, y'all. If you cannot soft naturals like super sculpted bronzer, super sculpted
No.
contour, super sculpted anything. Yeah,
Save it for the sharp types.
yo, 2016
you.
makeup is for me.
It's not for you.
Soft dramatic is for me.
We're not trying to have Joan Crawford brows.
Here's this. Oh my God, no.
No Ursula brows.
Oh man, Ursula's brows are fire, bro.
They are, just not for a soft natural.
Soft dramatic would say that shit though. And be like, yo, Ursula, that's my bitch.
Yeah,
Like,
it needs to be a little soft, a little diffused. You
Yeah.
cannot have super sharp, crisp
you are
edges.
the girl next
Yeah.
door. You just woke up and we're like, what? This is supposed to be hard to get ready? Like, you're stunning. You're like, chapstick is a color. All of my soft naturals say that. But chapstick is a color.
I do agree with that statement.
All of my naturals say shit like
You can find colored chapstick. Just saying.
A chapstick is a color. I talk to my plants.
Well, the cherry chapstick is a color.
And I talk to my plants. And they all have names.
But yes, anything overly sharp. But at the same time, too, we don't want to go too far to the yin end of the spectrum.
Correct.
We don't want you wearing a romantic's overly glowy, sparkly makeup. That's
Correct.
also not going to be for you. It's got to be moderate. It's got to be natural. It's got to be slightly diffused. A little sun-kissed. If it's not that, it's probably not for you.
Correct.
So if you look good in 2016 brows, you're not a soft natural.
I don't know about that. I look good so 2016 brown anybody. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's not true. Okay, and that was it. That's it for the Hell Naw.
So with the Hell Naw, what I want to wrap the episode up with, for each type, you have words that kind of describe that type in 3 words, right? And so for you, what are your 3 words for soft natural?
Ooh, actually, you know what's fun? It's fun that you're asking me this because it's on the one-sheeters.
On the one-sheeters.
That I put for them. Do you want to see it?
So I think what would be fun during this series is we talk about the words that are for you. And then we have 3 words that are not for you.
Yeah. So what I say for these guys, okay? Feminine, loose, and soft is a soft natural.
So what do we say is not for them? Structured. Sharp.
Long,
crisp.
Yeah.
Those are words that are not. Those are hell naws for soft naturals.
Yep. Nope. Not for you. Hell no.
Hell to the Naw Naw Naw.
Nah.
So, hopefully this episode fed our soft naturals with some things that they can take, and when they're shopping next, it gives them the opportunity to narrow their selections down, because it does help, right? When you walk into a store and you say, that's not going to work for me, that's not going to work for me, that's not going to work for me, just based off of structure, print, etc.
Totally.
So hopefully this helped our soft naturals, or it helped some people who are still on the fence realize that they are or are not a soft natural. And then next episode, we're going to dive into another one of our types for the hell to the naws.
I'm so excited about this series. If you guys are excited about this series too, please let us know, because this is a brainchild that we came up with just based off of the sheer volume of messages that we receive of people asking us, okay, but what should we not be wearing? So we came up with this.
We also want to hear from you guys in the DMs, either on my page, on the Style Therapy page, on Blair's page, what type you are, and if there's things that you know that don't work for you.
Ooh, yeah. And what type we should do next.
Yeah, let us know what type we should do next. Anyway, we love you guys. Thanks for listening as always. Bye. Because you can see us now.
Bye.
Bye.